this is another thing I wanted to bring up today. GOP vows to push through SCOTUS hearings, even though 3 senators have tested positive for COVID-19. So on Saturday, Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, 3rd Republican senator to test positive for COVID. Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell filed to move forward with Supreme Court confirmation hearings for Amy Barrett on October 12th. Democrats have said virtual confirmation hearings would not be acceptable. So they're doing whatever they can to get this Supreme Court. And by the way, and the Democrats have already said, I mean, Nancy Pelosi, she could try to shut down the government. She could bring up the impeachment thing. Say, hey, we impeached this president. This is a null and void process. She won't do any of that. She's not going to do any of that. And they have the Republicans have the Senate, so they're going to do nothing. To try to stop this confirmation pick from going through.
Well, their idea is to appeal to the American people. So we have to go and do what we did in when they were trying to overturn Obamacare again and again and again, and go have dead ends at their Senate offices. But everything's closed right now anyway, and it doesn't matter for the right wingers as you see. It's this whole process of them pushing this Aunt Amy onto the bench is...
Who calls her Aunt Amy? Where's that from?
I just made it up.
You did?
It's
I just wondered
I don't know if I made it up or somebody, because it was from, it's like from The Handmaid's Tale, so she's Aunt Amy. That's why I have trouble saying her full name, Amy Coney Barrett, whatever. It takes too long. Aunt Amy. Get to the point. I mean, it says it all. It says it all.
I just wondered if it was something I wasn't hip to.
No, I just kind of started calling her that on my show, Aunt Amy, as shorthand. And it just says it, that's what she is. She's a freaking Handmaid's Tale. She belonged to still does belong to a group that had handmaids and heads.
It just makes it sound like you like her. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Like Aunt?
I mean, maybe. Like at first, like Aunt Amy.
Oh, my lovable, like my
lovable Aunt Amy.
Right.
No, I love Aunt Amy.
Oh, true. Like Annie Ann's pretzels or Aunt.
That's right back 30 years. I love Aunt.
Like, but no, I'm really referring to The Handmaid's Tale. And
my theocratic authoritarian aunt.
Yeah,
I love her.
Right. Well, my secret apocalyptic wish is that she gets the coronavirus, but so far no luck. And just that might stop it a little bit. But yeah, you're right. The Republicans, I'm saying, I have a hard time saying Republicans, whatever, because I call them Republicans. It just comes out. It feels normal.
You can call them whatever you want.
You know what I mean? I'm just explaining it. That's why it's like, when I say Republican, it annoys me because they say Democrat Party all the time, and that just bothers me. And it's all over TV, and then all of the corporate media mouthpieces never bring it up, and that's a pejorative that was made up in the by Lee Atwater or one of them. What's his name? Frank Luntz. Anyway, it's irritating, and they're childish because they have nothing. So
anything that puts down the duopoly, I'm fine
exactly.
with. So you can call the Republicans whatever you want. You can call the Democrats whatever you want.
It doesn't matter. But so you see how it is. Here's the thing. They're saying, they like their judges. They're making this Faustian bargain with this 74-year-old toddler, and that's what they're doing it for, so they can get all these judges. But you know what? Here's the thing. It's all about destroying democracy. What they are doing is dismantling any ability for the American people to have a say in the government, or how they want corporations to treat, we the people. And Amy, she is all on board with the corporate takeover of this country. And in every authoritarian takeover, this is what annoys me about the corporate media. They never bring this up as far as the judges are concerned. Every authoritarian takeover, this is how it starts. They take over the courts. That's what the Nazis did. Everything is legal. They legally, so Hitler tried to illegally seize power. The beer hall putsch, he was put in jail. That's where he wrote Mein Kampf. They came out and said, okay, we'll do this through the process, the democratic process. And that's
so do you think they're going to get this judge seated before the election?
I don't know, because everything keeps going. It's such twists and turns here. Who knew that all of a sudden 3 of them would have coronavirus? And by the time it's done, it's going to be more. So I hope it wipes out that whole goddamn Republican bench on the Judiciary Committee. But they will try to put her on there, and if they can, they will. And if the Democrats don't do anything, they're appealing to the media. They're appealing on the media. They're appealing to the American people to keep calling and keep pressuring. But the fact is, Republicans.
Well, they do nothing. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
The Republicans don't care who calls and pressures them. They don't give a crap.
No, they don't care. And the Democrats don't care either, because now it's like, whether that person gets seated or not, I mean, they're just going to be able to try to use it to tally votes.
Yes.
Which, I mean, this goes into, it is so morally repulsive and so sad that we've accepted our courts as a political football.
I know.
It's so bizarre. When you really think about it, it's so insanely bizarre that it's even a thing, that we're just tallying the political leanings of these different judges, and that's how our court system works. It's absolutely bizarre, but it's been a thing for so long. We just accept it as normal.
Yes.
And they kind of just dangle it as a carrot. Vote for this or else you're going to get that. I mean, it's just, and especially with the whole, like the thing we talked about earlier, where Trump putting people's lives in danger to have a photo op for his fans where he's waving from a car. What kind of celebrity worship is that? I mean, we are a complete corporate coup, and you have people that are happy to just lick the boots.
Oh yeah.
Some because they're just happy to do it. Yeah. Others because they genuinely don't know any better, because they never were taught better.
Yes, because they don't really understand what a constitutionally limited democratic republic is. How republics say that just because you wave a flag doesn't make you a patriot. That everything the Republicans are doing they're following the playbook of autocrats who have destroyed democracy, and that's why they're pushing these unqualified flunkies onto the bench. And the other thing that the Democrats are so annoying about is that they just go along with it. Then if the shoe was on the other foot, the Republicans would get up in front of the media. Anytime they got in front of a camera, they would say that the Gorsuch, that Kavanaugh, they're illegitimate. They were illegitimately stolen. They would call them illegitimate Supreme Court justices, but they don't. They just kind of go along with the coup. Okay, well, we lost that. Next, no, I guess next, whatever. We'll fight our next battle, but there is no other.
Well, even just Barack Obama just not even fighting for the pick that was
That's
his.
the other thing.
Let that go.
You're right.
I mean, it's just
right. When Biden during the debate, when he was like, "Oh, he left me 200 judges," and blah 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 blah, Barack Obama should have filled those seats, and Biden basically said nothing. And I wondered, why is
Biden had nothing to say? Biden had nothing to say. I mean, when Trump brings up those things, and this is another thing why, if the Democrats' first interest was winning, they wouldn't have tilted the scale for a guy who has more skeletons in his closet that he doesn't have to decorate for Halloween ever. They wouldn't have done that if they had any interest in winning.
That's true.
I mean, and it's like, so the next 2 debates, if they happen, you're going to be wondering if Trump's just going to beat himself again. Right. Because, I mean, there's no point in Biden even being up there.
He
serves no purpose.
Right.
It's so, and then all people can say, well, he's civil. Like, oh,
right.
God.
Oh, he's got empathy.
You've got to be shitting me.
I'm so sick of this. He's the consoler in chief. Shut up with the in chief crap. The consoler in chief, the whatever, the empathetic SOB in chief. I don't care. I don't need somebody. I mean, it really is so. It makes us a bunch of infants in this country. Oh, that we don't care about policy, about a functioning democratic republic. We don't care about the fact that 80% of the American people are living check to check. But we want somebody to be like, I feel your pain. And half of the American people, then they're told that they shouldn't even care about the pain of their fellow Americans. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I hate about the right wingers. They're like, oh, liberal tears. I'll drink your liberal tears. And they, as if that's a normal thing, they report, oh, well, they want to own the libs. But if that's your motivation, then you're not a patriot. Because this is what you want to do. You want to own your fellow American. Like, what's wrong with you? You hate this country. That's what
they would just say because those people aren't patriots. I mean, that's all they would say.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news on with Ron.